Okay. Hello, Sonia.
Well, Devin.
I want to just start by saying a little bit about the context of this call, which is that I'm on a journey of discovering how to love women. And it's even more than that, how to become more, how to, in my bones, to become more of what women are. So this is what started this quest. And especially coming into this call and the last one too, had a fear about these interviews being something where I basically come to a woman and extract something, some kind of like information or awareness or knowledge or something like that. And it's really not what I want to be doing. And as I was sitting with what am I really doing in these calls, it's something more like discovering just how to hold space for a woman to speak about what it is to be woman, and especially what it is to be woman waking up out of the patriarchy or something along those lines. And I don't have a set of questions or something like that. It's more, I would be with you to let this conversation over the next 40 minutes or so unfold and see what happens. So this is, go ahead.
Would you ask me, like, what works for me as a woman is when I'm asked a question, and then the question opens something in me, and I speak into the question. Would you do that?
Yes. So I first met you a few years ago, and I remember a process you went through of getting your hands back and somehow getting magic back into your hands. And it was an amazing process. And that was years ago now. And you're someone completely new. Where are you in your process of, I don't know, becoming more you or your bright principles, or where are you in the big unfolding of Sonia's life and evolution?
I'm smiling because I feel joy because it's echo, and I've been asked this question at least 3 times in the last 3 days.
Okay.
And it's really like I will just keep on speaking into the question until I accept where I am now, because there's still a hard shell trying to protect me from who I am becoming, trying to protect me from accepting that I am where I am because I chose to. And I'm right now I'm with this question, and the last 3 days I've been noticing how much I love the woman I am right now, and how I would not change this for anything. And the journey has been bumpy. I had many times where I was doubting myself, where I asked myself the question, what am I doing with my life? I chose to end a marriage, a partnership of 12 years, quit my job, quit the country I was living in, and I had no plan. And I was living with this story that my thirst for searching and trying things was wrong, was bad, and that I should commit to something stable. And I'm just realizing that it's this longing for answers and the questions that I have and the trying something over and over and over again that brought me to where I am today. So today I'm celebrating. I'm really celebrating who I am. And when I heard you say, we met a couple of years ago and you had this process when you got your hands back. And I'm getting them back every day. My hands, my voice, my speaking, my heart, how much I love people, how much I care for people. And it has no price. There's no money that can pay this. And the more I dive into who I am, the more I am rewarded in people that care about me, that are on my team, by being asked to be more and more who I am. The woman that asks questions, that says that's bullshit. It's just give us more, more and more and more and more. And I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes, and I'm enjoying it. And then I get to be with people that want more and more and more and more. And I want more of them. And so, and it's not too much. It is not too much. I'm doing the thing that I love the most, which is to dig inside of me. What's the block? What's the next block? I want to figure it out, and I want to do something about that. And this is what I love to do. And then something changes. And I love how it's possible for me to do that inside of me, and then to hold space for other people to do that also. It's I remember telling my friends something like, well, the thing I love the most to do is to have these conversations. You tell me what's going on, I ask you questions, and this is what I love doing. But I don't think there's a job like that anywhere. I don't want to be a psychologist. I don't want to be a therapist. That's not what I want. I want to speak with my friends and lay out what's coming through me. And guess what? I'm doing that. I am speaking with my friends every day on calls right now in this interview.
Sure.
And I am just bringing things. And I made it happen. And there's people that I've met that are empowering me to make that happen more and more. And I'm creating messes. And they are sticking around. And I'm really glad about that.
Seems like there's a next thing that's coming up there.
Yeah, I'm feeling fear. Let me check. I could just keep on speaking that life is so amazing, but it's not amazing because it's perfect or because it has no pain. It is amazing because of that, because it has everything contained in itself. Life is a blank canvas. that throws things at you, and then you choose what you want to do. What are you going to paint with it? What are you going to create? How do you want to move with it? And it keeps on giving you, it keeps on making offerings for you to become the next version of yourself, not the best version, the next version. And I love being alive in such a place that it's possible for me to die and reborn and die again, and I'm different. Every time I'm different, and it never ends. There's no chance for me to get bored because there's always something else. I get to a place and I'm so, oh my God, I did this. Yes, I made it. And then there's the next thing. And I get angry. I get scared. But actually that's what I love doing. So I stopped fighting. I'm choosing more and more to stop fighting the mess and the swamp, and that's what's going to open the next version of me. And I'm loving so much the versions of me. Well, it's like it's coming up more and more this, oh, who am I today? Oh, I am this woman that wants to go for long walks every day, 12, 15 kilometers. That's me today. Now I just want to lie in bed, or I'm holding space for a training, or I'm going to create a bridge house. I don't know. And I'm enjoying it. I'm
How
having a
are
lot of fun.
how are you? This is how I experience you, is like ongoing real evolution, real-time evolution that's interacting with life spontaneously. And how do you keep yourself available to being a different person every day? Like being a woman who walks 12 kilometers or 15 kilometers. How do you notice? How do you stay alive? I guess is my question. How do you stay real and alive with what's here now?
Can you ask that differently?
Hmm. It seems to me that mm, that you're connected enough with life or with reality that when there's a new message or something coming down the line, or a new identity or a new what you are today, that you're not so fixed in your identity or the way that things should be or something like that, that you deny what life is offering you at that moment. And I guess I mean, it would be a how kind of question, which I don't really want to ask, but it's something like, what is that? I'm going to ask a how question. How do you, it's something like, how do you do that? But I think it's more like, what is it like to be that in touch with life? Or how do you open yourself in that way that you can be that receptive to where you are right now, or where life is asking you to be right now?
As you were speaking, I was having this image of, I thought that having an okay box was the most amazing thing, because I have, I'm not okay, I am wrong box. But I boxes have a set of tools. And one of the tools that my I am wrong box has is, I am wrong. I want to fix myself. What I'm doing right now is that I am using that tool in a conscious way. Instead of beating myself up, I am using it to transform and evolve. I keep on asking myself the question, what's the next thing? Why is this not working? How am I creating this? And I've done this for all my life because there's so much tension inside of me. There's so much energy going on inside of me. And I kept on going for a solution. I needed to find an answer that would fix me. But it turns out that the search for the answer and the solution was the thing that was opening up the next version of myself, but I was using it in an unconscious way, either to beat myself up, to adapt. And somehow a part of my being was able to use that to build matrix, to move me to the next place. And somehow, I don't know how that works, but throughout my life, I was also able to see how life was holding me, how life was putting people on my path when I needed them the most. I always saw this. And so I do you love being alive?
Sometimes, yes.
So before the call, you said you would go to the river.
I did. Mm-hmm.
So when you see the river, what do you really see?
Today, when I was there, I don't know how I'd say what I see, but I encountered something like a forgotten being. And yeah, I saw something that just silently cuts through this city. And there's not a lot of interaction that it has with the people here. Like it's always available, and today was available. But I don't know how much. Anyway, I'm giving my kind of sense of it. Is this what you're asking? What do I see?
Yes. It's so you see what's happening with the river and you sense some kind of pain. But
Yes.
the river is like, how would it be for you if you would see that river like you were seeing it for the very first time? How would it be for you to fall in love with that river and really sense into all the different layers that he is holding? And that's how I interact with life. I don't know who you are right now. I have no idea. And I'm here in awe because you're having this interview, you're holding space for this interview and you have questions. And it's a gift. I'm having the opportunity to speak, to be asked questions. And I have no idea what this is going to create in the world. And right now, I'm giving everything that I have, everything that I am to this space because I love being alive. And so there's no half measurement. It's just, why would I live a half life? Why would anyone live a half life?
But people do. Many people do. Most people do. And half would be generous. I mean, that without knowing that there's something else.
I get it. And my answer is, isn't that amazing that you and I are not part of that, and we want to hold space for them and light up the fire? So isn't that amazing? There are people waiting. There are people looking for this. Some are right on the verge of it. Some are not. But you get to live in a moment where this is happening. And I am aware of how lucky I am, how privileged I am to live in such a moment, to meet people like you, like Anne Chloe, like Clinton, like Vera, like Tristan, Ana Norambuena. It doesn't matter. Maria Diaz, Gabriela Fagundes. I am hanging out with people that are aware of what's going on. And I am co-creating things with each one of you by sharing something, by saying yes to this interview, by searching. I kept on searching. I was working as a cleaning lady in Paris 4 years ago. That was my job. People were looking at me as, I don't even know. And my pain moved me to, I'm done with this. And now I get to hang out with geniuses that actually want to change something. Is it going to be possible? I don't know. I don't think any of us has the idea or knows if it's possible or not. But fuck it. We are saying, I am going to do it anyway. I don't care. And somehow this is bringing so many people together that you you are an expand the box trainer, Devin. Isn't that crazy?
It's totally crazy. It's insane.
You were going through whatever you were going through, and you kept on going. You did not stop. And you just delivered your second expand the box.
First one.
Was it the first one?
It was my first expand the box.
Okay, for me it was already the second.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. You did it. And I remember the Devin that said, I will never do this. I don't even want to do this. I don't want to do this. You said this. And now you're doing it. How amazing is that?
It's I mean, unbelievable is the wrong word, but it's really, I want to say, and not only that, it's like there's always some other place to unfold. And so one thing is, oh my God, and expand the box. But when I looked around this expand the box, I really saw something happening in people. Meaning I was looking at teams forming, and I was looking at women helping each other, and I was looking at this guy, this healer guy, just being like, I've been trying to do marketing. I've been trying to like build a business, and it's not it's not really who I am. It's not really what I want to do. I mean, there's so much from, yes. I mean, I think what I'm getting is going to take things a little off the rails for wherever, but I'm getting more how, compared to what can come through people, a person's personality or their box is irrelevant. It's really, it just, at least for me, that's what I experienced. Is it all night, the first night, the night before, I couldn't sleep. I was having nightmares. I was like, why did I do this? I should have said no. Maybe I can still back out. And it's just in the morning, it's irrelevant, completely irrelevant to the stuff that needs to speak in the space, or to what needs to unfold. And I think for me, part of what I'm interested in talking to women for is that I have been seeing more clearly with more women lately that it's that archetypal forces have an easier time somehow. And maybe I'm generalizing, but I have an easier time speaking through women. Like there's more access or more availability to that to happen. At least that's what I've been observing. And I think it's great. I think it's just something where I was on a call the other day. I was just watching Ricardo speak, and I was watching Sophia speak, and I was just like, how the hell is this happening? Like it just I can sit there like with my tongue tied in a knot, just like some kind of, I don't know, some kind of idiot or something. I don't know what the word would be, but it just like through the space, wild stuff, really alive stuff coming out of them.
What are you missing?
Many things. What am I missing to be able to do that? I don't
First
know.
thing that comes, the first thing that comes.
The
What are you
first thing that
missing?
came, the first thing that came is I'm missing more of that. I'm missing um missing uh, I'm missing something in me that can hold space for that. Meaning, I'm thinking of a woman who I've just in the Expand the Box with, and it's like she's unbelievable. She holds space for women to give birth, basically. And I was talking to her, and I was getting like the outlines of her vision, and she's like, I got to bring Expand the Box. I've got to bring these maps to other midwives, because it would, what I got is she has a vision for how people can be connected to the earth and babies when they come into the earth. And what I felt was like something, a gap between how much I want to empower that or something in her, and also my own. It felt like I was grasping in a way of what to say, how to be on her team, and not totally, but it's like I can feel some gap or withholding, and maybe especially my anger, uh, not about she's not doing enough, but my anger of like, yes, what do you need? How can I be just? And I felt that with a few of the women and also the men in this space. It's like this something where my longing to be in the playing in the game with them of building and creating, I can't yet meet that longing in action, or maybe not to the degree that I want to. And I got different kinds of feedback on that. But that's what I'm missing. I have a pain about that.
It's not going to be perfect.
Yeah, well, I get, yes.
So if the pain is there, why aren't you moving? Move. Just move. Jump. scrap your knees, climb to a tree and fall, but eat as if you are really starving. And that's the place. You have that longing and that anger and that thing you were experiencing with that woman and the other, and also the man. That's life speaking with you, Devin.
Yes.
That's where life is meeting you, and it's telling you something. And it says, just jump, Devin, go, jump. And go with it. Jump. And if you find yourself drowning, take a hand up and say, hey, will someone take me out of this? Will someone help me? Will someone pass me a snorkeling mask or a scuba diving equipment? Jump and use your hands, eat with your hands, get your face dirty, but jump. Just jump and unleash the wild horse. Unleash it. And then life happens, and it will give you the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And you just wait, and you move. As you're moving, it's bringing another thing. And then you turn and you're like, oh, not this one just now. I'm going to keep on going. And then it brings another. Okay, I want to change direction. And you go there, but you keep on jumping.
Just keep going, Sonia.
It's
Keep talking.
it's the yes, your life is coming to you, and you think your life is not coming to you because you have stories that you're not being able to hold space for. That you're not the space for women, you're not the space for this, you're not the space for that. Fuck that. It's meeting you where you are. You're not in a place isolated where you're seeing women doing that and you're not. That's your perception. That's how you're fooling yourself around, and you're bullshitting yourself. So
Wait,
life,
say it again. Say it again. I didn't get that.
so you're bullshitting yourself when you say that you're not able to hold space for that, and you don't know how to interact and then you create this vision that you're in a place where life is not meeting you, and then you're looking from this place to the women doing that, and you think, oh, I'm not there, and they are the ones who can do this, and I cannot do this. That's bullshit. That's a lie. That's you denying and justifying your fear of interacting with life. So what happens is that women, they have been beaten up so badly that they just go, because guess what? What can be worse than living in patriarchy? Let's try something different. So feel the pain. Feel the pain of being outside of what you want and move with it. And then it's there. It's touching your chest, Devin. It's touching you with that anger that you experience. That's the thing. Jump. What do you need? Go to the woman. What do you need? I'm on your team. I will hold space for you. Let's have a call. Let's do this. Let's do that. And you try things until you have no other option. And then you speak with people. You call people up. I messed this up. I want possibilities. What can I do? Will you hold space for me? No, you just keep on trying things. You keep on looking and searching. But because you're alive. Man, you are alive. It's like you can just pick up the phone and ask someone, scan me. Where are my blocks? You are surrounded by witches and mages. I used to pay people to read me the tarot cards, to check my birth chart. And now I'm hanging out with people that I can just say, scan my being, scan my next step. Will you be on my team for this? What am I not seeing? They are it's my village. And you are in the same village. You are. Like, and you are one of them. That's the realization. You are one of them. You're not apart. You're not separated. You separate yourself. So stop doing it. And be excited because you are alive and because you have this pain, and take that picture. Do you remember that picture that you brought when you were a baby
I
and we
do.
were scanning the things? Take that picture and put it in a place where you can see it every day, because the mage is there. The mage is there, the guardian, all of those things are there. And you just need to be where you are right now. There's nothing else you need to do. And move from there. And surround yourself by women. And check, what are they doing? Notice, scan, try. What is this woman doing? I want to try it. I want to try it. And then you go and you speak with men. How can I hold space for a woman? I know a man that has the skill. You could go and talk with him. You could try it out. You could train yourselves to do that for more and more women. You can create a space where men are practicing holding space for women, and you invite women to come to that space and give you feedback and coaching. You can do that. You could have a dojo for practicing hold space for women, for everythingness. A weekly dojo where you have a group of men that want to practice this, and you invite women. We invite women to come into the space. You can invite the women of Earth. And can you imagine what could come out of those calls?
No. I mean, I can get a sense
Exactly.
for it.
So why not? There are so many things waiting to be grabbed and grasped and touched and experienced and lived. Like, when I was in the Women of Earth Bridge House, Meredith started speaking of the book Making Love. And then, I don't know how, we ended up holding space for a study group. Meredith, me, and Dawei. And then there are people coming. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. And I said yes, and I'm there. What is the thing? What is the thing that you can hold space for and try it out? Maybe it's the men thing. Maybe it's, okay, let's practice holding space for women. I heard that from several different men that they are so afraid of dying in front of a woman and showing them their survival strategies and handing this to the women, because they are so afraid of being killed by them, that women would use this to kill them. There's a necessity. So how can a man take a stand for that? How can a man do something about that? I don't know, but there's just so many things that can be created. And you are a man. You want to know, how can I fall in love with women? How can you fall in love with women? I have something else.
Yeah.
Do you have an answer?
I mean, what you just said, I would totally do this. No, I would totally do. I will create that. I will create some kind of dojo of practice. And I think that's the only way is practice. I don't think there's a book yet about that topic.
I'm
maybe
not gonna
not.
say maybe you can write the book because that's been said so many times.
Well, I would be like the blind leading the blind in trying to write any sort of book like that at this point. But
Okay.
my point is, I'd be a researcher. You had something else, and we have time for something else.
Yes. I'm having amazing conversations with men lately. I'm really enjoying. I'm getting so much gold. And the latest thing, one of the things was this thing about, so there's stuff behind you. There's something in the door. There's a door, there's this thing, the
Shelf.
shelf. So that's the everythingness. You're sitting on a chair, there's curtains, that's the everythingness. Those things could not exist without the nothingness that is surrounding them. You get it? There's no place for the everythingness to manifest itself if there isn't a nothingness where they can materialize into. And there's this fear in men that they are nothing. And that's just another way of men making themselves small and being victim of women, because men are nothing and women are everythingness. It's just a fucking word. Nothing is just a word. It could be pink bubbles. It's just a word. But if there wasn't this, do you see how the emptiness is touching and enveloping the curtains, the shelf, the door, you, your clothes? It's everywhere. This is what men are. This is what men hold space for. And it's a dance. And it's not possible for the everythingness to materialize and come to life if this empty, huge space is not there. How do you think I'm pouring so many things out of me right now? Because there's space. And so things can take form and they can come and drop and keep on coming. And yes, I have a part of nothingness, but it's so much fun to do it collaborating. It's so much fun. And for me, being a woman, it's such an ecstasy to pour myself into a space. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. I don't know. It's,
And men want that. I think the nothingness in men wants that.
so will you do it? The dojo, whatever, the research space for men to hold space for the everythingness in woman.
Yes. I say it like that because there's a gap in my relationship with Tristan, and we're wondering what do we put there. And I think it's this. So yes, I will, and maybe I do it with Tristan.
I have another name for you also. I will send it to you by message after this call.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Sonia. Bye-bye.
Bye.